A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 14. I'm Ritwika Gupta. On the sidelines of Mumbai Tech Week 2026, which brought together leaders from all over the world shaping the future of innovation in India, I caught up with leading entrepreneurs to discuss AI, the future of work, and how India is positioning itself as a global tech powerhouse. On the show tonight, I'll be in conversation with Raghav Chandra, co-founder Urban Company, Karan Kirpalani, founding member and chief product officer Neysa, and Vivek S. Kataruka, co-founder and CEO at VFly. Raghav, welcome to ET Now Leaders of Tomorrow. It's a pleasure to be chatting with you today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Raghav, Urban Company has fundamentally changed the way Indians think about home services. Tell me, when you started out, did you envision that this is going to be such a large-scale economic and social transformation story?
I think our plan was to survive 6 months. The vision was, of course, to do something which is large, which truly disrupts and improves a core problem in India.
Right.
But I don't think we would have seen us scaling to where we've reached, and of course the business model has evolved. We go way deeper into the services world, right from training and tooling to really quality control, and I don't think we would have had the aspiration or the guts. But yeah, that's been our evolution and we're very happy. It's still day one for us.
That's a very, very positive attitude. And tell me something, the gig economy in India, it is also shaping up over the last couple of years. What's your take on it? How do you see it evolving? Do you see it bringing about changes? Because we are seeing a bit of difference in terms of how people are working and earning, right? How do you see this going forward?
The people-to-people trade services sector is a large sector, right? And for India to grow, all of these sectors really need to kind of grow multifold from where we are today.
Yeah.
Right? India should not be imagined how it's right now. It should be imagined 2030, 2040, 2050. And that's really the future of India.
Yeah.
And for us to reach there, I think a lot of things will have to be changed. And maybe some changes are happening right now, some are yet to happen. In services, for example, it's always had a quality problem. Training infrastructure, upskilling infrastructure needs to take a big upgrade, maybe a few notches. Professionalism needs to improve. There has to be more structure to some of these spaces. Consumer experience needs to drastically improve for then the flywheel of great skills, seeing great value on the consumer side, kind of merger happening. Right? And that's been the pursuit for us. And gig workers, non-gig workers, at least for services, the journey is long. And we've hopefully created a tiny dent into bringing structure to it, bringing professionalism to it. So that's where we are at.
For the longest time, historically, the services sector that you spoke about, it has been largely fragmented, informal. Do you think AI and technology can help formalize this segment?
Yeah, I think it definitely helps put a better structure to it. It'll create tooling which is very hard to imagine right now, but you're already starting to see green shoots evolve, right? For example, I'll take a simple example. We have partners, some of them might not be very tech literate. They might not be very used to smartphones, right? It's been a challenge. You come, you train them as much, they get nervous when they go on the job, right? And that's been a challenge. Now we're able to basically have voice bots augment the app experience. So the partner will just fire up the app, usko app nahi samajhna hai. They'll be like, whatever the AI bot's name is, right? Like, ma'am, please, बताइए क्या करना है. The voice will say, आप कैमरा खोलिए, फोटो खिंच जाएगा आपका, अच्छा OTP बताइए कस्टमर से पूछ के.
Yeah.
And it just empowers the partner, solves for this accessibility challenge, right? And there'll be plenty of examples this way. There could be an expert bot trained in the future. We're already starting to see that already to really assist. So I do think AI will be a huge help to empower and put tooling onto both customer and the partner side.
Raghav, tell me, how do you see the consumer behavior evolving, or how have you seen it evolve over the years? Are they becoming more convenience driven or digital first or brand conscious? What can you tell us?
I think all of it.
All of them.
Consumers are ever hungry, and as they should be. And the new of today becomes the old and the dekhi hui cheezein of tomorrow. And that's what I think keeps any country or ecosystem innovating. So our world, for example, is a sucker for quality.
Yeah.
So convenience matters absolutely. So, getting someone at home at exactly the time you've booked has been an important lever. Insta help and just getting partners, in 20 minutes, 1 hour, versus waiting for a day is a convenience hack. So that's been important. But in services, quality is paramount.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting about Urban Company is that it has not only created convenience for consumers, but also a lot many entrepreneurship opportunities for professionals. Do you think the next wave of entrepreneurship that we're talking about, the definition of entrepreneurship, do you think that's going to change in the next few years?
Take internal teams, for example, right? Even the corporate structure. We used to run teams which are 6, 7 people to do a task, right? And now you're realizing AI is tooling them so much that the 6 people can all parallelly do the same or different things, right? So there's a lot more empowerment to an individual, which is kind of the story of our partners as well, but that's been playing on for the 10 years for us.
Right.
We have really empowered the individual to do a great job. You're giving them tooling to be independent on the job, right? And I feel, like AI world really boosts that in all dimensions, and not just our partner world. I think our corporate world, our home world, like all world aspects.
Yeah, absolutely. Raghav, tell us, what is the role of trust in a marketplace like this?
Huge. I think the sole job of a marketplace is to establish trust. The way we do it is having, a strong, two-way bond on quality expectations and delivering quality on customer side, truly empowering partners and delivering that through training and through, all kinds of assistance on the partner side. I think any market which is fragmented, which is not fully formalized, trust becomes the most important outcome or the sentiment to crack.
Right. Raghav, the theme for our show this season is Emerging Businesses, the India Advantage. I want to understand from you, what do you think truly defines the India Advantage in the context of technology, AI?
We're a large country. We have very different economic structures and very different, hence, needs for tooling and building and how workforce needs to be governed. So advantage or not advantage, it is a unique ecosystem, right? And I feel only companies, entrepreneurs in this ecosystem can truly appreciate that and build for that. It's not going to be, someone sitting outside is not going to solve it, right? So, and I feel that's the fun part, right? So I think that's an opportunity. It's a very uniquely an Indian opportunity.
Right. And finally, Raghav, you've had a tremendous journey from Urban Clap to Urban Company. What's the road ahead? What's the vision for Urban Company in the years to come?
Oh, we desire to be the most loved consumer brand for every human, every home in the country and abroad.
Right.
And you want to stand on top of trust. You want to stand on top of being true innovators and problem solving. And that's the pursuit.
Fantastic. Well, more power to you. Thank you so much, Raghav, for chatting with us today.
Thank you so much.
On the sidelines of Mumbai Tech Week 2026, I spoke to Karan Kirpalani, founding member and chief product officer at Neysa, on AI, technology, entrepreneurship, and much more. Karan, welcome to ET Now, Leaders of Tomorrow. Pleasure to have you today.
Lovely to be here, Ritwika.
So Karan, AI has suddenly become the center of every business conversation globally. But tell me, beyond the hype, how do you see India positioned in the global AI race?
We're the second largest market in the world after the US. And, there's a very good reason for that. Just, the population of this country is a very, very large consumer base for inference. We're a builder economy as well. We are both a builder and a consumer economy for AI. You just have to walk around MTW or any AI, exposition, conference or trade fair. And what's brilliant is you'll see not just consumers of AI, but the number of people that are actually building as well. To be able to do that, obviously you need to have, the data center, the AI cloud, the supply chains, or everything that you need from a supply side perspective to be firing on, as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick up from there because everybody talks about India's software advantage, but is talent alone enough today? Or do you think economies and countries and industries need to invest more in AI, deep tech infrastructure and research?
Let me answer that question in a couple of different ways. Number one, the talent that we have is actually phenomenal, right? You've got so many different builders that are creating their applications, models, software elements, agents, agent orchestration layers on top of AI. And that's really going to go a long way towards democratizing AI, horizontally, vertically, across the country. It's fantastic, right? What we need to make sure is the data center, the GPU capacity is all keeping pace. India, as you know, is a cost-sensitive market. So we also want to make sure that, at Neysa, our stated objective is to democratize AI. And when we do it, we want to make sure that it's done in a thoughtful and affordable way for consumers within the market to be able to use as well. We think we're doing a good job of that right now. But yes, it's something that we as a nation need to stay on top of.
Fantastic. Raghav, do you think India risks becoming primarily a consumer of global technology, or do you still see opportunity and potential for India to create original AI capabilities?
What's happening is we're working with the global frontier labs, with global AI hyperscalers to make sure that the offerings that they have are very much attuned to what the Indian consumers, both retail as well as enterprise, want to consume and how they want to be able to consume it. Pragya Mishra for OpenAI was here. She was speaking a little bit earlier in the day, and she talked about how India is the second largest market for them for OpenAI.
Right.
But at the same time, what you'll see is a lot of people who want to build on top of OpenAI or Anthropic or Gemini or OpenWeight's models. So they need to have everything aligned for them to be able to do that, right? The short answer to your question, Ritwika, would be we are both. We are a creator/builder economy as well as a consumer economy.
Sure. I want to talk a little bit about the smaller businesses because like I was, telling you, a lot of small business owners, MSMEs watch our show. And when I speak to them, I get a sense that, they are perhaps struggling to understand where AI fits in their operations, and also because a lot of MSMEs do not have access to advanced technology. So my question to you is, do you think AI and technology will democratize entrepreneurship, or is it just going to create the gap bigger between large companies and smaller companies?
I actually believe in the former, and I believe it very, very intrinsically. And you've heard, I think it was Sam Altman who said that he thinks that 2026 will be the first year where a 10-person company could hit $1 billion in revenue, right? So if that's to be believed, and there's no reason why it shouldn't, then what you're saying is you're democratizing AI for smaller organizations as well to be able to adopt it in a thoughtful, measured manner, and in a way that provides them with a lot of ROI and a lot of growth opportunities for their organization. What we tell a lot of our clients is that for your AI to be successful, it's, yes, obviously the technology stack is important. Choosing the right cloud provider, choosing the right model, choosing the right technology stack is obviously crucial. But I think the more crucial element is, did you identify the right use case? You hear a lot of these slightly sensationalist and perhaps slightly disingenuous claims. There was an MIT report, and all due respect to MIT, and it came out a few months ago about how 90-something% of AI use cases fail in production, or they don't make it from pilot into production. And I think that that's definitely sensationalist and perhaps a little disingenuous, because in our experience, the clients that we work with, perhaps the converse is true. I would say that the percentage of our clients who see their pilots go successfully into production and then last in production successfully is in the high 90s.
Right.
And that's because when we talk to them, we advise them on identifying the right value capture. Look, value capture, it comes down to value capture in AI. You can have efficiency value capture, so you have, AI is giving you time efficiency, cost efficiency, operational efficiency, labor efficiency, right? Or the second value capture could be in innovation and differentiation. You're not really chasing efficiency, but you're trying to see how you can differentiate from your competitors or take something new and novel to market using AI natively embedded in that product or service. If you've identified your use case as falling into or ticking one of these two value capture boxes, there's no reason why your AI will fail in production, right?
Sure.
As long as you ensure your fundamentals are correct, you've ticked the right boxes, and your AI unit economics work both today as well as tomorrow at scale, those are the kinds of companies that are seeing AI scale very, very successfully for them. And it doesn't matter if they're an MSME or a large corporate.
Sure. India has one of the largest startup ecosystems as well. Tell me, do you think the next wave of startups will primarily be AI-driven businesses rather than traditional internet enterprises?
What we're seeing is, obviously, we work with a lot of AI-native ISVs. These are companies that are using their offering to their consumers or their customers is a very AI-native offering. These are fintech ISVs, health tech ISVs, consumer applications, and it's inferencing applications. So some are vertical, some are horizontal. So obviously there's that segment of the population, but at the same time, what we're seeing is a lot of our clients and small and medium startups, digital natives, large corporates, they're incorporating AI for one of those two value capture, cases that I'd mentioned earlier, but they're not necessarily the fundamental product or the fundamental service that they then provide to their end customers isn't necessarily changing. It's getting better, absolutely, but it's not AI for AI's sake. So to answer your question, it's both.
And what would you tell founders, entrepreneurs, businesses who look at AI as a future conversation and not a present reality?
It comes down to identify the use case well, look to see where you're getting the value capture, at the risk of repeating myself, but I do because it's very, very important. Then choose the right provider. As in any industry, not all providers are equal, not all products and services are equal. To find the right provider is going to have a material impact on whether your use case goes into production successfully.
Sure. Karan, the theme for our show this season is Emerging Businesses, the India Advantage. How do you think India should capitalize on this AI and tech advantage such that we are also ahead in the global AI race?
We've already made significant strides on that front. And a lot of credit actually goes to the sitting government. They're doing a lot to actually promote that growth, to promote that level of innovation. This 20-year depreciation benefit that's been given to data centers, for example, is going to fuel a wave of data center growth, and also for global hyperscalers to want to be able to leverage that data center capacity in India to serve not just the Indian market, but other markets as well. The India AI mission is doing its part to fuel, innovation growth for people who want to be able to build and fine-tune their models and then take them into production. The private sector is doing their part as well. There's a lot of innovation that's happening across segments, within verticals. We're happy to be a part of that growth story. We need to continue doing more of what we're doing on all fronts. The government needs to continue to double down on AI. The private sector needs to continue to make sure that we're not just consuming, that we're building as well, or co-creating. And then I think there's no reason why India and, possibly North America are the two largest AI powerhouses in the world.
Right. And finally, Karan, tell me, when you see AI evolving at this pace, what are the opportunities that you're most excited about, and which are the areas that you're perhaps a little cautious about, because AI is also fundamentally not just changing businesses, but society at large?
For us at Neysa, our flagship offering is what we call the Velocis AI Cloud. Velocis is an end-to-end AI cloud platform that caters to users who want to be able to build their models, to be able to train their models, fine-tune their models, and then put those models into inference. So we have a large number of clients and that fall into all three of those buckets. I'll bring up the Bharat Gen Param model. For them to have created a high-quality model that is very attuned to Indic languages, is multimodal, is phenomenal work, right? We're starting to see quite a considerable uptake of that model as well. So we need to continue to build and innovate on the model front.
Yeah.
We need to continue to build and innovate on the data center front. We need to make sure that we never hit a situation where we are constrained in terms of power generation. We're never constrained in terms of data center availability or GPU availability. That layer of the business, and that's a large part of what we do. The PaaS platform in AI, what's referred to as AI PaaS, needs to continue to make sure that they're building application level value for their clients. That application value could be for a particular vertical, it could be vertical agnostic. It's like the cylinders of a car. Every cylinder has to be firing in sync and at maximum capacity.
Yeah.
And I think if we continue to do that, there's no reason why everyone from an MSME to India's Fortune 50 aren't going to see the benefits of that.
Well, exciting times ahead. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
My pleasure.
Before we wrap up, here's a quick conversation with Vivek S. Kataruka, co-founder and CEO at VFly, on AI's impact on the creator economy. Vivek, welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us today.
Thank you so much.
So, Vivek, you're launching Growing today. Tell us more. What is it about and how is it going to help creators?
Journey started with VFly, that's as a company, around 6 years back. And we tried to do something and build something for YouTube content creators, specifically content creators. Since YouTube has a majority share, we first focused on YouTube. And we have over around 1 million content creators registered with us, working with us last 6 years. And our primary market is US market and global markets. What we observed in the last 6 years is the creator market is around $300 billion.
Yeah.
And if you just see the video creators, that's around 50% of it, 140 to 150 billion. Expected to grow up to 600 billion in the next 6 years. And the only pain point what all creators faced, what we've spoken to all the creators across all countries, we have taken around 800 feedbacks from multiple multilingual creators across the globe. And what we have realized is that majority of their time does not goes in creativity. It goes in doing manual labor, data, juggling between different scripts, different tools, researching, ideation, clipping, SEO title. I mean, that's not a job of a creative artist. His job is to create videos, and that's what Growing comes into picture. So we take all that manual labor out of your daily task.
Right.
So Growing is all about an all-in-one dashboard, wherein it's particularly strictly trained for video creators, specifically for YouTube right now, because we'll be expanding it to multiple domains.
Right. Vivek, tell me, how do you see India's creator economy evolving in the next few years? And how has it evolved so far? And what are the changes, what are the significant milestones do you think it will achieve over the next, maybe 5 to 10 years?
Today, every youngster has a phone, has a YouTube channel. And this is something, over a period, you can think of it as self-employment. Today, if someone, I have seen ladies from villages who have been our customers, tier 3, tier 4 cities or rural areas, they are running a fooding channel.
Right.
They're just sitting at home, they're just preparing some videos about whatever they're cooking, they're uploading it. As far as the global economy is concerned, the YouTube creator is a 150 billion market,
Yeah.
50% of it.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to reach $600 billion in the next 6 years. Out of which we expect around $150 billion to be from India. So you see a massive change. And what we are trying to do here is, if we can help out, youngsters, or anyone in the age group who can sit at home or maybe around and who wants to travel or maybe who wants to create videos, we can just try to, generate employment for them.
Finally, tell me, do you see AI becoming a co-pilot for creators?
Absolutely. It has already become an AI for having Claude in place. It has become a co-pilot for developers. We have multiple tools for designers. So this tool of ours will become a co-pilot for creators. And through Growing, right from end-to-end ecosystem, the whole agenda is to make sure we improve the efficiency, improve the revenue of the creators, help them monetize.
Yeah, well, all the very best to you. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 14. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.